everybody, this is Master Joe. Welcome to the review of the vintage GIJOE figures. To look at this 1989 Gnawgahyde. Well, there is another word, Gnawgahyde, which is American brand for artificial leather. In other words, fake leather. Well, this guy Gnawgahyde, he has lots of interesting accessories around him. Actually, there are 7 pieces, like this machete, there's a knife, there's a sniper, and also here is a bow, and also the quiver, the hat, and also number 7 is his pet, that is a wild boar. And the wild boar's name is Clyde. You know that if you speak German, Clyde in German means clothes. There is a sentence, Clyde machen Leute, which means clothes make the man. And actually, Gnawgahyde, he think all the animals should be killed and skinned and eaten and stuffing. Only except his little friend Clyde here. So they really match each other. And also, Gnawgahyde, he just joined the Dreadnought team. And actually, he doesn't fit in the team so well because we know that Dreadnought is a team of biker gang. And he himself is an animal hunter and he enjoys hunting so much. So I don't think they have a lot of common language. Before we look at this figure, let's look at the file card to get information about this guy. Alright, so here is a file card, and his code name is Gnawgahyde. Gnawgahyde is the brand name of American artificial leather. And also, he's a Dreadnought poacher. So why there is a poacher in the Dreadnought team? Because we know that in the G.I. Joe, there are a lot of members have some pets, like Snake Eye, like Spirit, like Dust Land, and so on and so forth. So all their animals will be under hunting by our Gnawgahyde. So a poacher is necessary in the Dreadnought team. And also, Gnawgahyde could be single-handed decimated the herds of all the endangered species of Africa. And if his fellow poachers hasn't railroading him off the continent for cheating at cars, being generally obnoxious and smelling bad, and he was subsisting on his earning as freelancer, fur stealer, when he was recruited by Dreadnought at an all-night donut and grape soda shop. And he take his hunting and trek very seriously. Gnawgahyde won't bathe for a month before he goes on into the bush, so the animals will not smell the soap on his body. He greases himself with rancid hog fat and eats what he can trap and shoot in the wild. Gnawgahyde does this so that the chemical additive of processed food won't alter his body chemistry and scare off the game with too human a scent. It's a good thing that he's basically antisocial, so who want to be a friend with Gnawgahyde because he got a very bad body odor. And also, this guy refused to use deodorant, so will not change his body smell. So this is Gnawgahyde. He's a very interesting person, and he's an animal hunter. So let's see this wonderful figure. Alright, so this is a figure Gnawgahyde. He has lots of accessories on him, and he's a well-equipped animal hunter. So let's see all the accessories each next to. First is this knife. It is called Machete. Well, this knife is a very Dreadnought style weapon. You can see here is a clip, so you can clip it on his arm here. Well, you can see there are some stripes around this bar here, so which means he will tie this machete around his hand, and which is a very cool way of holding a weapon, because usually when you fight the enemies or the animals, your knife will be falling down to the ground, which is an awful thing. But if you tie it around your hand, which is very necessary and convenient way of holding a machete. And also, a next accessory is this rifle. It's a sniper. And actually, it is a very cool weapon here. Here is the Bipod. And it is not very easily loose because first, it is very sturdy, the clip here. And second, it is kind of big. It's not easy lost. And this gun, I gotta say, it is very nice molded and very sturdy gun. Okay, so when he is hiding in the bush, and this gun is very necessary for him to hunt down all those animals. And this is the scope. It is a very cool weapon here. Okay, so the next weapon is this. Okay, dagger here. And this is not a combat knife, but frankly speaking, this knife reminds me of the First Blood, Rambo's knife. And it is a very nicely molded weapon here. So you can nicely store this knife here at his lower leg. Okay, because this knife is so long, so you cannot completely store it into this holder here. And the next two accessory is this bow and also the arrow backpack, or we call it quiver. And they are a very cool mold accessory. Actually, this bow is Mongolian style. And it is there are some flexibility and you can shoot with this bow. It is very classic bow and very detail molded. So you can see from the curve here, just like the bull's horn, it is a very classic Mongolian style bow. And also the quiver, we can see there are some molded here. And actually, this logo is the sun. You know, Mongolian people, they admire the grass, the plain, and also they admire the sky, the heaven, and also the sun. So this sun is a very important symbol in the Mongolian culture. And also we can see the arrows here. And actually, the Mongolian people, they admire the archers very much. So if you are an archer and you are very skillful, you can have a very high hierarchy in the Mongolian soldier team. Okay. And the next accessory is his hat here. And the texture is rubber. It is very soft. So you can just put it on his head very securely. And also here is a curve. Okay, it's lifted up a little bit. That is a mystery of the animal hunters. And they believe when they wear the hat in this way, the kangaroo will not attack them. And also the rest animals will not attack them from the left. Okay, that is a superstitious thing. But a lot of people do that. It's kind of interesting. All right, and the next accessory, actually, his friend is called Clyde. That is his name. And actually, in German, Clyde means clothes. And it is a very detail molded wild boar. And here the hair is white. And with this earring here, it reminds me of road pig. Seems like the road pig just transformed into this pig to accompany our Gnawgahyde. And it is indeed a very detail molded wild boar. And here is number one. Okay, so let's see this figure here. There are also a lot of details on this figure. So let's first see his face. It is a very nice molded face, and here is a earring, just matches his friend Clyde. And also you can see his beard and also his eyebrow and a very exaggerated face. Just reminds me of the Mr. Claw in the Gadget. Yeah, Gadget. Right, so here is a necklace with a lot of animals' teeth, and also here is the dog tag from the soldiers. So we can know that he not only killed those animals, but also they killed soldiers, just like Major Blood, have a lot of dog tag around his neck. And also here is, okay, the clothes, I believe, made from the leopard. So behind him, there is another smaller knife here. So even though he didn't carry anything, there is still a secret weapon behind his body. So this is a very snake guy. So you got to be very careful with this guy. Yes, be careful with me. All right, and also we can see his arm is very strong because he used to use a lot of weapons, and he will hunt the animals. When you hunt the animals, you got to be very strong. So here is a tattoo here called GIJOE. Okay, so seems that there is a feud between him and the GIJOE members. Okay, and also around his belt here, there's a small grenade. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flash grenade. So when you hunt the animals, like we play the game like a Monster Hunter, those flat grenades are very important. So you can use them to flash the animals, and they will just stay there, so you can do whatever you want to do. And here are some, okay, 1, 2 pockets. You can put some ammunition add up here. And here is, on his lower leg, there is a gun molded in his holster. And also here is the knife holster here. So I think it's very detail molded. It's not on the upper leg, but on the lower leg. Why? Because in the most cases, he was just hiding in those bushes and those grasses. So if you mold it here, there's a gun. It's very convenient for him to grab it and to kill those animals, skin them, and also eat them. Okay, the articulation. So his head can go back and forth, left and right, no problem. Can tilt a little bit. Very little bit, and also his arm can rotate, and you can bend the arm to this angle, and also to rotate, swivel his arm a little bit, and his body can go back and forth, can turn around, and also can go to the side. It is a very articulable figure here, and also his leg can lift up, and also knee can bend down. Okay, well, it is a 1980s figure, but the articulation is just great. You can pose a lot of gestures with this figure here. So now let's put on his accessories. First is this little hat, and then is this quiver, and then is this ball. Okay, just put it behind his back. Okay, and then is this machete, and then is this rifle. All right, and last but not least is this little dagger here. It's kind of a big dagger. It's a Rambo's dagger. All right, so here's the figure we review today. His name is Gnawgahyde with his friend Clyde. Actually, it is a very cool figure. And in the GIJOE, we know that in the end, his ending story is unknown. So they don't know where is this guy. So maybe because he don't think he have some common language with the Dreadnought. So he just leave the Dreadnought and to go with his Clyde to hunt some more animals, because that is really his hobby there. And it is a very cool figure. And if you like today's video, please press like and subscribe and leave some comments here, and we can talk about all the G.I. Joe figures, because we're all G.I. Joe fans. And these figures are so accurate and lots of playable abilities. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna upload one review each day. I'll try my best. And there are around 550 figures there, and also 250 vehicles. Altogether, it will be 800 episodes. And I'm still on my way of collecting those figures. And I'm really interested in all the G.I. Joe figures and vehicles. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.